What's up everyone, it's Cameron, and in this video I want to talk about what I'm noticing with Marketplace, what's actually selling on Marketplace, and just some more brainstorming and kind of ideas I've been having when it comes to this subject. Now, if you're new here, please subscribe so that you can beat other people to the punch with new information and kind of be out in front of that game instead of learning it all like 2 weeks later. You want to make sure you see and hear these things first. So subscribe, plus it just helps support the channel, whatever. Oh, that's the last time I'll say it. Anyway, also, I've got a course down in the description. As always, feel free. It just helps you learn these things faster, again, so you can start making money faster rather than taking months or however long it takes for you to learn all this information for free, which is totally an option. You can learn it for free like I did. But once I did learn it and I started being a voice on the subject, I made a course like most people do to help you get through the process faster. So with that said, let's jump in. I'm in Marketplace, and I've been really experimenting with Marketplace lately. I've been kind of playing around, and I wanted to kind of clear my brain and be like, okay, this game doesn't work like it used to. For those of you that have been selling for a while, it's not the same game. It's not as easy as just, oh, I'm going to create an account or go into my already existing Marketplace and start selling stuff. The more I look at Marketplace, the more I'm like, man, it's just telling me all the signs that this isn't normal. Now, before we go further, there's one thing. There is Marketplace and there is Facebook Shops. In theory, things from Facebook Shops are supposed to show up in Marketplace. If you're like me and you primarily use a desktop, then you see Marketplace as we've always kind of seen it. But if you go on your phone and you go to Marketplace in the Facebook app, at the top there's a Shops tab that you can go and click Shops, and you'll be able to scroll through and see, like a grid style of products from the individual shops, and it'll show their subscriber count and all that kind of stuff, or follower count. And they're like legitimate shops. If you're looking at it just from a shop's perspective, when you look at those shops, they're, like I said, they're legitimate, and they have high follower counts, like in the thousands or more. The more, I guess it's always going to be thousands, but you know what I mean? It's not just like 800, it's like 6,000 or something. And then you go navigate to their pages and you go click on those products, and it takes you to an external Shopify site most of the time. So there's another hint that the Shopify thing might be the way to go, at least to legitimize your shop. And I think that's what Facebook's more, focusing shops for. It's not really for people like you and me, or even maybe not even normal like small town business owners, unless those business owners have an external website. It's not going to be this weird hybrid between like selling stuff out of your garage, but then having like a legitimate storefront on the web. So shops, I feel like, are going to be more for external websites. I could be wrong, and I know a lot of people are still getting the normal dropshipping traffic from shops, but I think we can all kind of agree it's not what it used to be, and it's a lot less. And we don't really hear much about that much shop success anymore, except for some comments here and there. And I think that's kind of why. The majority, I would say 90-95% of shops are legitimate shops now. And they found a way to kind of wean us out. And to be fair, a lot of you guys have just jumped ship and don't even do this anymore. So, which, great, less competition, but that's a telltale sign. Anyway, back to Marketplace. If you're just looking at normal Marketplace, we're in now on my computer, and just when it comes to browse all, I'm just doing the normal browse all page. And of course I mean, what do you see when you look at all this, right? You see very few what look like dropshipping products, which is why in the past there has been a push for use review images so that we can kind of fake this system a little bit and make Facebook think, that we are actual sellers of real things. And, when you click on stuff, I'm going to click on, this right here could really be a dropshipping thing, but it doesn't look like it. Look at this description. It's 30-inch wide by 15 tall. This random person doesn't have seller metrics or anything that I'm aware of. They've only sold stuff that really look from their house, and they don't even have reviews or anything like that. Most likely not a dropshipper, right? All right, moving on. Anything that looks like it was drop shipped, like I don't know, that's probably actually like an ad, but anything that looks like an actual dropshipping product is either from a shop, like you can see this cowboy elf shop, that's weird, but usually there's a logo in the corner. It's also sponsored. So, and like, let's actually, instead of looking at the browse all page, because the browse all page sucks, let's go to home improvement supplies. Maybe we'll find something there. So let's, most of this is going to be real stuff at a glance. Somebody who's got bulk of something, but this right here. So this is probably something drop shipped, right? It's got a, you know, a super clean image. It looks like something we would have probably drop shipped last year. Sponsored. So there's your hint that, you know, putting money towards products is really the only way to go. Let's click on this and see if it sends us to a website. Sure enough, sends us a display, which I've seen this company before on here. They do a lot of advertising to do this kind of stuff. Sponsored. Then you'll notice too, the sponsored stuff is like mainly like actual ads for services and stuff. It's not very often. Look, basically, look, I'm having to really search for drop shipping stuff, which is kind of a problem, right? We're not really seeing. Let's go to office supplies. Not seeing much drop ship items here. I mean, half this stuff doesn't even make sense. So I don't really know from here. Now, let's change, right now it's an all, let's change delivery to shipping only. Drop shipping right here. This is definitely a drop ship product. So is this guy right here. 68 things. And this is, I'll never understand drop shippers who do it this way. Maybe I'm stupid, but damn, like this is a screenshot from a phone. Somebody like listed this. It's like literally the Amazon like screenshot, and they edited out the top parts. But these are like obviously from Amazon. Like it doesn't, but look, they're using this as like, they don't have a super weird description. They have a normal, like this is, they're probably actually using the like Facebook shipping method. So I think that's why it's even showing up at all, is because though it has crappy images, if you were to take the images out of it, if you were to ignore it and just look at the description and everything, I mean, she's using the normal Facebook shipping. So they're paying to have it shipped, and it's got a really simple description. So either she actually has one of these and could not be bothered to take a real picture of it, which I highly doubt, or she's actually drop shipping this. And let's look and see. Drop shipping that, drop shipping this, drop shipping that. So it might be oh yeah, these are definitely drop shipping things. Same thing, like new scratch post, mushroom shaped, like new. So that makes me wonder, like, is she actually, yeah, it's so confusing. Either she's genius and putting things in there like just to sell you stuff, but even with all that, it's so few things that look dropshipping. And I don't even just mean like white background. I mean like, usually we can tell what a review image looks like. The conclusion I came to is if you actually want to get in front of these people, the biggest thing I feel like that needs to do, and I don't even know if it's really that feasible, to be honest with you, but you need to have something that people would buy used. Okay? That's not too hard to find. You know, you could sell furniture. This all comes down to product research. So list something that people would buy used. Cool. Furniture is easy. Maybe some home appliance type stuff, like small appliances for the kitchen. But, you know, you're not going to be selling bathroom stuff. You're not going to be selling stuff that like, ew, if somebody else used it, that's make or break. You know, you could sell cheap tools that maybe people don't know the value of. You could sell organizers. Again, kind of the furniture realm. Car parts, easy, because most people aren't going to be selling used car parts unless they're like salvage type stuff. Anyway, stuff that people wouldn't mind buying used, and it's okay to make it look used. You can even say that it's brand new, but it needs to look as if people would buy it used, if that makes sense. Also, it needs to be something that people wouldn't mind getting shipped. So I know that's just kind of up to a person, but it's not going to really, there are some things where if you list them, it might not make sense to ship them to somebody. Like, a lot of people aren't going to want to buy a mower from like a push mower from you or something big like that and have it shipped to them. They're going to be immediately, even if it says free shipping, they're going to be like, that too good to be true alarm's going to be going off in their brain, and it's just not going to make sense to them. So it needs to be kind of smaller stuff that's like, oh, okay, I can see that being shipped, and I can see them shipping it for me. They must do this kind of thing. I don't know. But big stuff doesn't really make sense. You might get away with some furniture. If you say you have like extra brand new stuff, I don't know. It's a weird, I'm kind of getting to the point where like this kind of is starting to get to where normal marketplace, it doesn't really make sense the way we can find a loophole around getting it through to like actual customers. And here's another thing. It needs to be cheap enough of a thing that you can still source it from a retailer, right? But sell it as like a used price, which would be less than normal, but then still have a margin for you to make profit. So that's tough. That's really tough because that means you either are going to be making way less profit, which is probably going to happen, and you're going to be selling the cheapest, crappiest stuff and selling it as if it's awesome, increasing your risk of people hating everything about you and giving you negative reviews and just tanking your seller metrics. I'm going to brainstorm the hell out of that and try to come up with some products to give you guys on that subject. And I encourage you to do the same. But it doesn't take much for you to look around Marketplace and be like, damn, I don't really see what we used to do here as often. Because you used to be able to click on one of these categories and just see nothing but dropship products. And I think Facebook knows that. I think we know Facebook knows that. Now, I'm going to do something that's probably going to negate a lot of what I just said, but I'm going to do a search term now. And I'm just going to search keychain. It's a pretty common one. Usually when you first start, something about keychains comes up. When it comes to you actually listing products, I know I've made videos in the past. I've made thousands of dollars selling keychains. I don't really sell any right now. I'm going to do car keychain actually, because right now we're going to get a bunch of stupid made at home crap from like random people. And those are dumb. So car keychain, these super drop shippy right here. Look, it's even the same image cropped in the same stupid way. Yeah. So these, I used to sell the hell out of these things. This is from a shop. Let's do this guy right here. Drop ship. Cool. Drop ship. Definitely a drop shipper. Cool. You'll notice when you search things, boom, lots more drop shipping things. So another thing to take from that is like maybe find products that people are actually searching for, not products that might just happen upon people's feeds. Back in the day, again, we used to just be able to list stuff and Facebook would kind of use their algorithm to be like, this person's interested in this and I'm going to pop it in front of their feed whenever they open Marketplace, and sometimes even when they're just scrolling through their normal Facebook feed socially. Now, it seems like most people might be coming on here and actually looking for used items or looking for cheap things and searching for them now. And that's probably going to be something to focus on. Focus on things that people are searching for, not necessarily things people might like or be caught off guard when they find it and be like, an impulse buy. So less impulse buy, which is what I used to rely heavily on, and more, what are the needs? What are the needs or interests people have? And you got to think, what is the audience usually searching on Facebook Marketplace? And that's going to create a lot of biased ideas from every single one of you, because you only have so many people in your little bubble, and the type of people who actually search things on Marketplace might look different to you. So I'm going to be focusing more on probably low income, family, primarily men, well, I guess men and women, and it's probably going to rely a lot around cars. And I don't really know about the women's side yet, but that's all up to you. Don't cry at me because of whatever your concerns are about that stuff. Just get creative. I think you need to be very intentional these days. You can't just throw everything at it and see what sticks. You got to be intentional. And then when you have an idea, search it now, do some Facebook time and really research it on here. And you don't have to look at everything, but just if you wanted to do a car keychain, put it in the search field and look at the screen. Just look at what's sitting here. And then squint your eyes a little bit, or like look away from your screen. I know this sounds super stupid. Look away from your screen, because my screen's over here. You guys might think I'm looking at a screen here. I'm not. And then look at your screen and then see what your eyes are drawn to immediately. And then see what image that is, see what product that is, and look at it really objectively. I don't know which one that is, but look at the image and be like, why did my eyes jump to that? Is it because it's very contrasted and it sticks out from everything else? White backgrounds are getting exposure here. And I logged into an account I never even get on. So this isn't pushing stuff to me that is weird. I don't know, maybe it is. Look at images, why they stand out. You know, this image down here is a great image because it's not a white background. And, you know, it shows everything. It looks like a review image. It looks nice, but it's boring as hell. And that's not where my eyes went. My eyes went here, which contradicts the whole review image thing. So it's no different than when you get on YouTube or when you look at, you know, a Netflix thing. It's like, what is your eyes drawn to automatically? That usually means that something was designed better to get your eyes' attention. So take that into effect. Like, you know, it wouldn't be bad to take this image if you were going to list this thing. If you really wanted to be in the middle of this stupid competition war when one person is selling it for $2.60. Dumb. And then maybe crop it correctly. And then, I don't know, it might be stupid, but put like a yellow border around it. I know for a fact that would stand out on this whole page more than any of these things will. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, one thing to list faster, to do this process more consistently, is FBM Fox. Of course, that's the software I use. If you watch my last video, I talk about how I got basically affiliate commissions for every software, and they all pay the same, but I use FBM Fox because that's the one I actually like. It's the one I actually think works for me, and I recommend it to all of you. So my coupon code for that for cheaper FBM Fox is down in the description. They also have a free option lister tool, I believe. So go ahead and check that out. Again, I got a course, and if you haven't subscribed, I know I said I wasn't going to say it again, but I'm going to say it anyway. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.